Hello, Dr. Sharita here, and I'm just jumping on to offer the recap from tonight's live with Dr. Judy Wright on She Built It Boss Lady Chronicles. Dr. Wright is a life balance and wellness strategist. She is the author of Girl, Get Your Life Off the Fault Line, the busy professional's guide for mastering balance to shift from overwhelmed to empowered, and she has a wonderful coaching program, Life Balance Blueprint, which is a 4-week program for professionals who want to go from being overwhelmed to having more balance. Dr. Wright dropped so many nuggets for us tonight. She talked about the power of pivoting as she pivoted several times in her career. She also talked about the essential nature of self care. And I know you guys are feeling like you're noticing a theme with these guests. I promise you, it's not by design. This is just, a recurring theme. And so when I see a recurring theme in my life, it makes me pay attention. And so, again, she talked about the essential nature of self care and just how, as women, especially, a lot of times we just do and do and do, and we don't take time to check in with ourselves. And so she says it starts with an awareness of where you are, how you're feeling, what you might need. And then it's about taking accountability that we can't wait for other people to make our wellness a priority because they won't. That's the thing. People will take and take and take as long as you continue to give. But what she's suggesting is that we take accountability and we take ownership for our self care and for our wellness, that we actually sit down and map out a strategy for our self care, that we schedule things and that they become non negotiable unless it's an absolute emergency. And so if you have time for meditation or yoga or exercise or massage or whatever your self care is, that it becomes a regular part of your routine and that it is a non negotiable. And then she talked a lot about setting boundaries. And I know many of us struggle with boundaries as well. Boundaries with regard to self care, but just boundaries in general that, sometimes we let people talk us into things, or we feel guilty if we don't help, or if we don't do the things that other people want us to do, even if maybe they go against, or just not in our best interest in at that moment in time. And so, that setting boundaries is also an important part of self care. And then just taking time out for yourself. I guess in a nutshell, it really was about seeing yourself, prioritizing yourself. One thing that she really emphasized, that it is impossible to go higher if you're dealing with the stress and the burnout on a daily basis. That until you learn to get that balance, and I, again, recurring themes, I always call it foundation of wellness. Until you establish that foundation of wellness, it's impossible to go higher. And if you've been following me for a while, the goal is constant evolution. We are always supposed to be growing and changing and evolving into more and more of the person that you were created to be. And it's impossible to do without that foundation of wellness. So check out the full episode here. Enjoy. Dr. Judy is a delight. Check out her book. Check out her coaching. She has a free masterclass coming up on June 12th, I believe. And she's offering an autographed copy of the book for the first, I think it was the first 5 registrants. So just make sure you're one of the first ones. So again, check out the full episode and we'll see you next week.